Why do I still have BB Core bat up there?
Up where?
Right here. It's on. It's on.
What are you guys here from turn on?
Well, because I just saw it when I turned it on. And watch that. It'll trip you right there. And who did you let in?
Wow. Because you put that there, I did not put that there.
Okay, but it's a trap. That way nobody can go walk in my dungeon here. My man cave. It's hard to get her on a camera. She will not. Guys, she's been in human resource for 100 years and won't get in front of a camera. Guys, we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Jeff's going to come on in about 30 minutes. I like starting. Trying to get in here early. Talk to everybody. We hit today. I'll talk about that. I just put a video out roughly around 40 minutes ago of me hitting that monster bat, that 13-inch barrel. Amazing bat. We are going to go forward with a lot of even the U-Trep bats too. A lot of our material is still Kevlar, but it has that. That is from people that text me every day, and I guess they didn't know I was going on a podcast. And I don't have a problem with it. It's just my phone's been blowing up for the last hour, asking me questions about that. I guess they're looking at that monster bat that came out today. We're going forward with. I might have Jeff talk about it here in a minute too, but all of that. That X composite, guys. Y'all guys hear composite? You go, you're not going. What are you going to do with Kevlar? We're still staying with Kevlar. It's a Kevlar is a composite too, so it's just different. We love Kevlar. We won't go back. So that material that we're using, it's in my bat and it's in the Blackout X, and it's in this monster bat. Every bat going forward will have that material in it. We still have Kevlar. It's just a hybrid. You can say hybrid because it's a different Kevlar. And I can't even say that. It's better. That's the only thing I can say after hitting it today. You guys saw me hit today. That wind was blowing in, and we're hitting. It was cool last night, and the balls were in the truck, in the van, and it was cool last night. And you know how you guys get up there and it's in the morning, you're hitting those balls that are a little cool, and you got a top tier bat, high performing bat, and it just sounds really good. That's what we had today. Wind didn't matter. You know, you have a top tier bat, one of the best bats I think out there. You know, and you're hitting cool balls. That's what you saw today. So I always like I told, what was it, Brandon Murray today? I'm on a podcast. Guys, if I don't answer you back, when you text me, there's a reason. And problem I have is guys just boom, boom, boom. And then they'll call if I don't answer. And I'm like, I'm doing something. So the idea, like I told Murray today, the idea of conditions would have been, today would have been that coolness in the morning, maybe a little bit of, humidity in the air, and then no wind at all. You know, don't care if the wind's blowing out. No, that's too much. Wind blows out too much, you know. But to really see the effect today, should have been no wind, and we would have been putting on a show. You know, I've got 5 bags of balls, and we've been putting on a show, and every ball is in there. It doesn't matter if it was good or bad. Those old Freedom balls I have in there, I got a lot of those Freedom balls, you know. I got a lot of the, you know, what are they called? Actually, balls from a long time ago. I think there's a ghost ball in there from a long time ago. Anyway, I want to talk to you guys, you know, about we're getting the season started and kind of go into that little spiel. So if you guys don't want to hear me talk about health and nutrition, come on in about 30 minutes. Intro, guys, YouTube. I have a YouTube channel that you can membership channel, costs $5 a month. I talk about different things on there. I talk about things that I hear, things that, and it's kind of like I've got a group of about 80 people on it, and they can ask questions. I do it live. They can ask questions, and I answer them as good as I can, and up to the point where I don't indulge any information about bat building, right? So I used to do that. I don't do that anymore. I got in trouble when I joined Jeff and Leslie. I had to stop doing that. Instagram, I'm building that thing's growing. Instagram is going pretty good. My TikTok is blowing up. My son actually told me how many followers I had on TikTok, and that thing is blowing up. The deal about TikTok is you're hitting that younger audience. So I'm trying to get all of them. Your YouTube is your older ones. A lot of guys that are on YouTube won't get on Facebook. I don't understand why. Even if you join Facebook and just do one person, then just join, because a lot of information on Facebook. I do put out a lot of information, but I do put out, like this is going to 3, 4, 5 different channels. Try 5 different platforms. I think Rachel Good is actually going on a lot of platforms too, and she's doing the shorts. This podcast tonight will end, and then I start loading it up for shorts. I usually run about 45 short videos that go to all of those platforms again too. And a lot of guys will like watching that shorts because they can get on there for, 30 seconds, average 30 seconds to a minute. So definitely get on to all that. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I'm on X too. I know that doesn't get a lot of traffic going, but I am on X. Let me talk a little bit about things that are going on. Whenever we got reps, we got a lot of reps, and I think we have roughly around 240, 250 reps. I said 240 because we had 250. And I know we can't satisfy everybody, but what we're doing now is, as we go, we're gonna vet a lot of our reps. We're gonna vet. I'm gonna have to turn that down here in a minute. We're gonna vet a lot of our reps, and guys, we have the pulse of the social media platform, so we see a lot of stuff that is being said, and we vet as we go, because we're trying to build this company where we have a bunch of loyal people. And that's basically what we're doing. Jeff's going to talk about something that's being done for the reps later about there's a bat out there right now, and I think we've got half of them sold already, exclusively for the reps, but I'll let Jeff go into that. I do want to talk about something right now that kind of bothers me a little bit. And I think a lot of you senior guys out there need to understand this part. I have witnessed in the last 15 years I've been doing this, a lot of seniors' health get better just by leading you guys in the right direction. I'm going to just tell a little bit of stories where a lot of you guys were just text messaging me and thanking me for getting you guys maybe on a testosterone replacement therapy. Changed their life. I can see it when I see you guys in your face and your body. I can see, what you guys are putting into work, because you do love this game and you want to stick around a lot longer, not only for play softball, but for your family too. The problem that I have with a lot of this is a pushback that we're getting from doctors. And I'm gonna kind of go through some things right now. My son-in-law is a doctor for the military, the Air Force, and me and him go at it. Pretty good. And my daughter kind of gets in there too, because she's with him all the time. She hears what's going on, and I kind of think outside the box when it comes to a lot of stuff. I will not take a statin. When they try to get me on statins, your brain needs cholesterol, so why would I take a statin and cut my cholesterol off? Your brain uses cholesterol. You use cholesterol to actually heal. And guys, this is nothing. I'm not a doctor. I will argue with a doctor, but I'm not a doctor. And I come up with him with facts, like and papers that I've read or research that I've done. And it's not this snake oil shit that I take either. And I come up with blood work and paperwork, right? Those are my labs from 6 months ago and from 1 month ago. And I have not been on any kind of Ozempic, because Ozempic was done not necessarily for weight loss, but it was out there to lower your A1C. You know, I've dropped my A1C right here from a see 7, and there it is right there from January this year, from a 7 to a 5.9. Now that's almost what, a 1.1 point, and that's what they're saying of what Ozempic will do. And I'm taking something different than that. That's actually a little bit better, I think. It's just me. But here again, I'm not a doctor. I just giving you guys a pathway or some research to look into. If you want to drop some weight, you want to lower your A1C, your cholesterol, guys. Look, I and this was taken, you know, and I'll tell you guys about it later. But I think I got them on here too. My guys, my good cholesterol was a 14, and now it's a 40. Good cholesterol. That's got to be higher. Remember, your good cholesterol. My triglycerides was 325, went down to 120. So all of my markers are badass across the board. Well, and that's talking about the peptide that I'm taking. I'll talk about that later though. Lowered my A1C, lowered my bad cholesterol, raised my good cholesterol. My triglycerides went through the dirt, like went way down. And you know, they put that into a formula, right? You guys been to the doc, you know, they put in a formula, and your final number is what really talks about you got, you know, cardiovascular disease or whatever. Mine is way down. That's not even hit it yet. My liver enzymes, guys, my liver, I've got the most amazing numbers on my liver now, because if you guys, I don't know if you got told you this, I have a fatty liver. So I've got to really watch what I eat to keep that down. And the markers are not like tremendously out of control. They're like, if you know, if at 80 and I've got like a 120, now they're like in the 60s. So my markers on my liver have went through, you know, because this stuff I'm taking is supposed to get rid of a fatty liver. Visceral fat, you guys notice I dropped some weight. You guys can see on the video today, I've dropped about 22 pounds. There's some other stuff that I'm actually going to introduce that I'm going to talk to you guys about. I'm going to be your guinea pig on a lot of this stuff, and I'll let you guys know what helped me. I'm more flexible, BPC 157 every day. I wake up in the morning, like this morning I went to go hit, I take a shot, BPC 157, TB 500. It's a triple threat, KPV. Amazing. I've never taken any kind of Tylenol or any kind of Motrin, which Tylenol is bad for your liver, Motrin is bad for your kidneys, right? I've never taken that and feel the way I do. I'm more loose. Watch the video. Watch the video today. I was on Facebook Live. Watch that video today, and watch the video from me about 3 years ago. I was so tight, you know, and I think it has a lot to do with, for one, losing 22 pounds. You know, I'm eating different. Here's another thing too. Whenever this is from 3 years ago, 4 years ago, but whenever I started this journey of getting on these peptides, I ate the same. I didn't want the food to have any impact on my blood work, right? So I ate the same, and I feel better being lighter. You know, my ankle, because I got bad feet, my ankles don't hurt. You know, my knee doesn't hurt. I had a torn meniscus in my right knee. I healed that with BPC 157 after they tried everything else to try to get it to heal. And I was still limping around for 6 months. All of a sudden I started trying it. And that was probably, I played for Crush when that happened. And then my cleat got stuck in the batter's box when I was running out of the batter's box. Hit a base hit, and I'm trying to run out of the batter's box, and my cleat got stuck and tore my meniscus on the inside. Went to the doc, gave me injections, and it was pretty bad. And then I went to the Rooster Cone. That didn't work. And they said, okay, stem cell, but it's going to cost you. I said, let's try something else, you know. And then all of a sudden it took about 3 months, and then it's done. I knock on wood, you know, I don't have problems with it right now. And that's the knee that I torque on. You know, you kind of pull that knee when you plant your right foot when you're hitting. And I don't have any trouble with it and running either. I mean, I can run pretty good. So guys, getting ready for the year. There are some things, definitely creatine. The main thing, guys, that I really would love to see you guys get off of, and that's energy drinks. It's a constant roller coaster for them energy drinks. You're trying to get up in the morning, so you start drinking them in the morning, and then you're trying to wind down in the afternoon. So what happens with a cycle like that is you guys usually drink alcohol or beer to try to get you to go to sleep. But the problem with energy drinks is they're so wound up, you can't get in that 4 hour REM sleep, so you can't get that deep sleep, right? So it's kind of a constant cycle with a lot of you guys out there. So I'm a big believer in not sucking down an energy drink. I do pop a Red Bull in the mornings when I'm really tired and I got to get through about 4 hours. But mine is with the monk fruit. I don't consume any kind of artificial sweetener or sugar. And a lot of my Diet Pepsi they make Diet Pepsi and Diet Coke with stevia, and we have it here in San Antonio. And I'll grab one of those and drink it. I try to stay away from the guys. I try to stay away from the artificial sweeteners, aspartame especially. That stuff is really bad for you. So another thing too about these diet drinks are diuretics. So if you guys, this is the bad part about that too. If you guys are older, and I know if you have any kind of heart problems or a lot of these docs or high blood pressure, that's another thing too. Doc wants to put you on high blood pressure medicine when you go in there. So a lot of those high blood pressure medicines are diuretic. So they try to get rid of the fluid or to keep the blood pressure. I was going to curse. Here's the messed up part about that is a lot of them don't try to find out what the cause was for high blood pressure. They don't talk to you about, hey, you need to drop a little bit of weight, or you need to stay away from the carbs and eat more protein, fish and chicken. But they're just up there writing an effing script for you, giving it to you, and it's not really because it brings the blood pressure too low. It's a diuretic. So what you start doing is you get tired from a statin drug or a blood pressure drug. And what do? You start drinking energy drinks. And energy drinks is a diuretic. So you're losing all this water. And I know you guys ain't pumping all that water. And it's a vicious cycle. 40% of your strength is lost by being not hydrated. Dehydrated. So if you dehydrated, you lost 40% of your strength. It's a vicious cycle. You can get out of it. You really can. A lot of you guys are training now. So, I know the weather's pretty cool right now. I actually love playing in this weather. But when it starts getting hot, you start sweating, losing a lot more water. And then you drink it of those. It's rough on your heart, is what I'm trying to say. If you get too dehydrated. I've talked to, that was Benji. I'm going to bring him on probably one of these Wednesdays and talk about TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. The one thing I will say this too, let me get finished with my story, is I had somebody that I don't know, but he has asked for my help. He asked for my help about what his doctor told him. So when he went to the doc and he does his blood work came back at 260, and he went to the VA, guys. The worst thing you can do if you're looking for any kind of testosterone replacement therapy, stay the hell away from the VA. I'm going to just give you, and I saw his numbers. A lot of people will give me their blood numbers, and like my family does the same thing. My mom will send me over her numbers, and I'll check them out to see what she needs to do, how she needs to eat, or what she needs to take, or things like that. My mother-in-law sends me her numbers, and I'll kind of go through theirs. I don't want to look through those for you. Don't be sending me your numbers. I don't want that, because you guys can be sending me all your numbers. And hey, I have to tell you what you guys have done to me, and I'll tell you this too, is you've got to send me your testosterone numbers. Come on, guys. Sam. Sam Grisham. So he talked to me today. See, I didn't get the squirrel moment. So he talked to me yesterday. Basically what he did, and he said he went to the VA and his testosterone was 250. Guys, you're symptomatic at 400. I know this is a fact. I've probably done more research into testosterone and human growth hormone than anybody out there. I was on a test study for human growth hormone. The spot that's going to be approved right now. I did a 4-year study on human growth hormone because I am deficient in human growth hormone. So I got it delivered to me, but I was doing a study for a weekly injection of human growth hormone. It was in stage 4A. It had to go through stage 4B. Well, it got passed, guys. It's fixing to go out and come out this year, 2026. That was same human growth hormone that I was on. I think it was probably around, I started it probably around 7 years ago, 8 years ago. Great shit. Great stuff. Bone density, not necessarily human growth hormone is not going to make you, it's going to make you heal faster. You're going to, a lot of people get on it. A lot of older people get on it because of osteoporosis. A lot of the ladies get on it. It does create better bone density. Brain fog goes away. You're low on human growth. You kind of have a little bit of brain fog. Well, anyway, he sent me his numbers, and it's from the VA. Well, what the VA told him was, you got to get those numbers down to get approved from the VA, like 150. I've never had mine at 150. What I did was, at one time, my insurance was swapping from one to another. I couldn't take it for like a month and a week. It was about 5 weeks I couldn't take testosterone. I went in and got him checked. It was at 290, and I thought I was dying. Guys, it was bad. My whole body hurt. I didn't want to do anything. I just lay around, take naps. When I got back on it, took a couple of days, and I felt amazing. So the VA wanted him to wait until he got down to 150. You're symptomatic, bad symptomatic at 300. I tell you what my doc wants me at. My doc right now, I had a doc that wanted me at 1100, and I'm 65, be 66 this year. And my doc has me now at 800, right around 800. So I'm doing 825, depending on when he tests me when I take the shot. Okay. My doc has this chart, and it's 360 to 1100, right? So the VA for normal, I think they said 150 to 700. No. So when the guy was kind of arguing with him, you know what the doc told him, which is a lie? We don't like doing testosterone because it causes cancer. That is the biggest bullshit lie I've ever heard. And I think what they get it from is, a lot of docs won't give you a prescription for it. I know a few people probably watching tonight that it's hard for them to get a prescription for it because the doc thinks the same way. If you have any history, and the doc really doesn't know this, so if you have any history of prostate cancer, if you have the cancer gene, because I know people that have it, the cancer gene, so they don't recommend that they do take testosterone, right? Because if you have any kind of cancer, it will actually elevate the growth, right? So make sure that's why I'm telling you guys, go get your blood work done. Kind of take all that, your heart, everything is just get it looked at. Testosterone is a game changer. We guys talk about bats all the time. And there's only a few, I don't really use game changer that much, but there's only a few things out there. And listen to this, the guy that I was just talking about, because I know I got a lot of 40-year-olds on here. The guy that I was just talking about was 43 years old. And the VA would not give him on testosterone, because his numbers were what they thought was too high to get on it. And it's not. I got on it at 306. My testosterone was 306. I got on it. You got to take it. There's nothing to. As you get over the age of 40-year-old, you're over 40, something you got to take all your life. If you get on it, you're going to feel worse than before because it'll plummet. Actually, what you're doing is shut off in the last remaining way that you make testosterone, because your body thinks it has it, so it shuts everything down. And I'm not going to get personal on what it does to you guys, but it shuts everything down, right? So I don't have to work anymore. It's so hard to get, after the age of 40, to get them built up again, get them started again, start producing testosterone. So it's a constant. I take it every 5 days, right? There's some people out there, if they tell you to take it every 15 days, you go to another doctor. You shouldn't take it every 15 days, especially with the injection. Okay. Every day, like the cream. Yes. I think that they have a pill form called Clomidin. Try not to get on that. They have so much things going on with that. It only lasts about 8 months, then the effectiveness is just dead. You tend to, your body gets used to it on that one. It's a pill form, and it makes your eyes messed up. It'll make your eyes jitter a little bit, and that has been proven. That actually is out there. People, but one thing people reported that. Well, what happens is with that is if you go into the doc, because your insurance might say, well, we got to start on this first. Well, you go into the doc and the doc will say, okay, it's doing that to your eyes. Let's start on this one. And that's usually an injection. The cream is amazing because it keeps your testosterone at a level way up high. So the cream is amazing. The shot is what I take. Quad, just stick in your quad. I'm used to it. Been taking it for a long time. No side effects. All the side effects are good. I mean, they really are. I don't get tired. A lot of tired when I hit. I work out. Got a gym right out here where I used to. It's almost gone now. I didn't know this either, guys. Do you know that Goat's Gym takes seniors for free? If you're over 65, I didn't know that. It's a part of your plan. I just found I've been sitting around for 8 months. I could have been going to Goat's Gym, doing all my videotaping over there. And that's going to start up here because I found that out too. So definitely, guys, get your testosterone checked. But here's all that. That's just going to come through the year, right? What I would like for a lot of you guys to do is before you get started, and I talked about this a little bit last week with Jeff. Ladies too, if you ladies are going through menopause, why don't you, one of the things that can lighten the symptoms of menopause is testosterone. And guys, you're not injecting all this needle and all this testosterone sticking. Women are racial different, right? So women can get on it. It's going to help you with the menopause, right? And find out, go to your doctor if you have menopause. There's no workout routine you can do to get you over that hump. It's hard to work out when you have no energy and you don't gain any muscle and all you're doing is putting on weight. So find out a way on the ladies out there, to talk to your doctor. Hey, is there something I can get on? Something I can take that gets me over that hump where I just don't get the hot flashes and feel like shit all the time and brain fog. And I get in the gym and I just can't lose any weight, There is peptides out there that will help you with that too, ladies. And watching this podcast on Wednesdays or whenever I get up to Savannah, I'm going to have another time where I talk about all this stuff because they have been researched by me. And again, guys, a lot of the peptides I talk about are not approved by the FDA. So it's not for it's for human research, not for consumption where you can take it. So that's another thing too. But this one peptide that I'm on that lowered all this is actually what I heard is going to be approved in 2026. So they just haven't been approved. A lot of them haven't been approved yet. So this Retta is what it's first heard from 2 different people that's already going to be approved this year for people out there to take it. And here's the deal too. They're probably going to charge a shit ton of money for it. Have you guys ever went to the doc? Okay. If you're Ozempic, you know how much because my doc wanted to put me on Ozempic. And before I know all about these peptides, it was going to cost me $2,000 a month to pay for Ozempic. You kidding me? $2,000 a month? And that's after my insurance company covered the rest of it. And then they came back a couple of months later and they wanted me honest about it. Okay, we'll do it for $900 a month. So now they're bartering with me. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. And then I started hearing the things that Ozempic, muscle wasting, a lot of those peptides, not the Retta, So just do your research. I'm going to give you guys pathways to do the research. I'm not going to give you answers to all the questions. I want you to go in and do the research on it. Go to your doc. Have your heart checked. Ladies too. Have your blood work done. Find out what your markers are, what your blood markers are, your insulin. Find all that out because it's just a quick fix. And I'm not talking about jumping on any kind of statin drug. When my cholesterol was high back then, what I would do is I would change my diet a little bit. I cut out the carbs and I cut out the sugars. And guys, I didn't take a lot of sugar. I've been eating a lot of sugar in a long time, but what I did was I cut out a lot of starches. So when you get on a bag of whatever, a bag of chips and you look at the starch, anything that says starch, corn starch, flour starch, anything that has starches in it, throw that shit away. And don't let your kids freaking eat it either. So I did a lot of reading on the ingredients of a lot of food out there. So that's how come I got educated, because I did not want to be, I have a family history of diabetes. I didn't want to be that. I didn't want to be there. And I've seen that my sister died at 60 from diabetes. My older sister, 2 years older than me, died at 60 of diabetes, and it tore her up. But again, she didn't have the education, and she didn't have the money to go out and take care of all this stuff. Her eyesight went first, and then her heart went next. Kidneys went too. So I have another sister that has diabetes. My grandmother had it. My mom's pretty good. My mom's 86 and in great health. She's probably watching tonight. In great health, beautiful complexion. And I didn't get that from her. Bless her heart. I think my brother did. But yeah, creatine, another thing too, guys. Creatine, a lot of you guys think that creatine is dehydrates you. I don't think it does. Creatine is great for the brain for us seniors. Triple dose it. They asked for you to take 5, you take 10 to 15. I drank creatine before I got on this podcast to help me, not get those squirrel moments, because I do get those every once in a while. Every once in a while, not all the time. But the thing about what the doc told him, I'm kind of looking at it now. Testosterone, human growth hormone, does not cause cancer. Do your research. And it does not. I thought that was actually put away. That a lot of the doctors nowadays don't say that, but they do. And if you ever have a doctor, this is just my opinion. If you ever have a doctor actually sit there and tell you it does, just get up and walk out. Just get up and walk out. What's up, brother?
What's going on, my man?
I had to talk a little bit about stuff I've been missing because everybody's been jumping on for the last couple of weeks. We got Brandon on last week, came in a little bit early. Week before that, you came in 50 minutes early with Mike, and then talked with Mike for about 2 hours. I talked to Mike a couple of days ago. Here's the deal about Mike. Love him to death. And I told you this today. I said, love him to death. But when he calls you and goes, hey, you got a minute? It's like, it's a trick. It's like, it's a trick. Because I called him up. I talked for 2 hours on the phone, and I was like listening to him, and he's got a lot of stuff to talk about. And yeah, but that's and I know, and you don't talk to Mike much, but yeah, he can talk. The guy can talk. I cannot wait to get him on a podcast, because all we got to do is get him started and kind of sit back and just let him just go at it. Just let him go at it. He's got a lot of interesting stuff.
Yeah, Mike, he's got a lot of stories. He's very clever, talk to, and has a lot of softball information. And
Well,
I hadn't, a lot of knowledge, and I hadn't spent a lot of time with him yet. But I've had a tremendous amount of stuff on my plate, more than usual, the last like 7 days. So
yeah,
I've been a little out of pocket. And but I really think I'm going to be able to get with Mike, spend some time with him, and he's a great addition to the Short Porch family. As we've brought on a lot of great people this year. If you look from JBI to Mike Masinko, I mean these are great additions to our team this year.
definitely. You know what I got out of that 2 hour talk with Mike is, the guy knows his shit, man. I mean, he
knows his shit.
And as a business perspective too, I was picking his brain a lot of times too, but he knows how to be part of a company, and just the things that he talked about, and his integrity is right what we're looking at, about the do's and the don'ts, and we talked a little bit about that. He wanted to know everything that's going to happen this year, and I kind of got him fired up about all that stuff that we talked about before in the past, and just a lot of the softball, a lot of the he's ramping up, guys. Nothing too. I mean, if you guys aren't joined, but subscribe to his YouTube channel and his Facebook page, and he's got a lot of stuff, a lot of information out there. He's got to talk to Ray DeMarini in the past, Ken Vanbegart, and he talked to those guys, and he's got a lot of videos out there on hitting, and he wants to ramp that up a little bit, with Short Porch. Get out there and just talk to people, whenever he does the home run hitting contest, or whenever he does the hitting clinics with us, we're going to try to bring him in.
Yeah, absolutely.
So definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Welcome.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on, and we're going to be a lot of places over the next few weeks, and eventually we'll be getting down Mike and involved in some of these places, I hope. But right now, we got a lot of stuff coming on and going down. We're going to be in Vieira next week. We got Bat Wars Wednesday night. We're going to be in in Tampa. Set up next Saturday. Christian is. We have a hitting clinic at the SSUSA hitting clinic. We're going to be there. ISSA, the night before it starts, we have a bat demo. We posted on our Facebook page. You guys can all go look on our Facebook page, and if you want to come out to that bat demo in Tampa, check out the dates and the time. Is 6:30. I forget what night. In a couple weeks, like the 21st or something like that. But check out our Facebook page. Look at the demo dates. I have another flyer we're going to be putting out. Alan sent to me. I just hadn't done. But we got a lot of stuff going on in the next few weeks. So much I can't rattle off all the dates and times, but we'll be posting on our Facebook page, guys, with flyers. Just keep a lookout.
Was it like this last year at this time? I thought it was more. It's more this year of us having bats put out at this time of year. We got a bunch of stuff ramped up that's going on. We got a bunch of places that we're going to be at the end of this month and beginning of next month. And then you kind of talked about what's going all the way in through March. And then I talked to Todd, and Todd gave me a whole list all the way up into May, on places that we're going to be at. So we're going to be hitting the ground running. And at this time of year, because we told you guys we're going to do this too, where we're up there and just putting out the knowledge, and just talking to them.
We've never had this kind of production this early in the year, and some of that last year was on me. I wasn't as well versed in what tournaments and everything go on as people would think, as we Leslie and I do a lot of other things, and we don't really pay attention to the tournament schedules and what's going on in the softball world as much as we probably should. So it kind of snuck up on us last year and the year before, and we weren't really ready for the tournaments. We didn't have big drops. We didn't have big production in January. And obviously this year we were prepared for it, right? So, and that showed in all the things that we have coming out. Like you're a badass. Oh shoot!
The other day too. You must be using the same.
Yeah, like your badass bat right here that we had come out last week.
I tell you what, I don't have any. I know you threw me some. I don't have any bats in front of me because they all got ate up today with the guys that were there. I want to take them with them. Like the we're going to talk about that bat in a minute. Was the monster?
Yeah.
Xena took.
But this one right here, and between that and the bat we're going to talk about later, it was giving me anxiety over which one I wanted to swing in the games this week. I'm going to PCB on the circuit, the circuit with Sean Thompson. So I'll be down there, and I don't know which one I'm going to game, Dave. I don't know right now. That's how good they both are.
You know how bad it is? Sean called me before I came on, or talked to me before I came on, and asking me about that other bat we hit today. We'll talk about it later. But that other bat we hit today, and he was talking about how did you like it? I had Alan Hancock reach out to me this morning, and we talked about the bats that are out right now. And I tell you what, man, did you see the video I just put out about 30 minutes ago?
I did not. I haven't seen it yet.
You gotta watch that video. You got to watch. That was my first two. I just picked it up. It was my first couple of swings with it, and I put it down after that. I'm like, God, dog. And it's right. You don't know what you're going to swing. And I'm not a big 13-inch guy, but I'm a guy.
Yeah, I've always really loved the 12-inch one pieces, and here I am. I'm going into the weekend, and I have 12-inch one pieces in my bag, but I'm trying to decide between the 13-inch and the 12-inch two piece on what I'm going to game, and you know why you've hit them. You know why these two bats sitting right here in front of me are phenomenal. But I love both of them. I love both of them, Dan.
Here's the deal about that too: is the wind was blowing in today hard. I think it was like 15 to 20 miles an hour in, and we were hitting 44 375s, but they were a little cool, which they fly really good. And we were right on the baseball field, and we both hit the ball out with both of those bats, DDTOG, my bat, and then the 13-inch monster, and we hit them both out. We couldn't have done that with any
Yeah.
other old school bats that we were hitting that we have with us, and we kind of just hit them today in Facebook Live because those were the ones that we were
And
showcasing. But they're
and it
great
was the
barrels.
exact same thing I was telling you from the day before when we hit here. Now, wind was blowing in, the ball getting, great distance with both the bats, and the same thing we seen, and y'all just confirmed it today. I was just taking batting practice. I wasn't live like you guys, but same exact thing. The ball just was carrying. The wind wasn't hurting it. So really phenomenal bats. The hardest thing is just which one are you going to game? Which one you
Yeah,
feel most comfortable with. So
yeah. I like, and just me. I've swung that 2-piece. I've got my name on it. I told Sean I'll swing that one because I just like the way it swings fluid. But if
yeah,
you're a 13-inch guy, nothing too. We build bats for everybody. The
yeah,
13-inch guy.
absolutely.
And we've heard this too. 13-inch guy just won't want a 12-inch. So
And we had
that
the Blackout X, and the
yeah,
Blackout X is a whole different animal,
yeah,
a whole different animal. Spin tech guys, cutters, or guys who are a little stronger. I mean, that's a badass bat too. So and then the Bayou, all the bats are good. It's just, when it comes down to what's fitting you the best, you're right. I've never seen a 13. The difference is we've never seen a 13-inch that's good. That's the difference.
hold
We
on.
put a lot of great short barrels out there. A lot
Let
of
me
great short barrels.
let me explain something to a lot of you guys too. Is they're weighted different.
Yeah,
That 13's got a little bit more hand weight, and we're getting performance off of it with
it's crazy.
that 9.3, 9.2 hand weight, right? When you have the DDTOG, which is like 8.7, 8.8, that I see what you're doing. And that bat has a little bit higher hand weight, less hand weight, and that barrel performs really good for that bat. I mean, really good, because we're reaching distance that the DDT was hitting.
Yeah. We,
So
yeah, we know everybody. We know what the DDTs do. The tech is crazy in the DDTs. They perform. The 12-inch short barrel spin tech. We know how good it is. Where, the key here is we build a game ready 13-inch bat that is insane. And it's our next one piece coming out. We have some badass 2-piece DDTs coming out before this bat even comes out. And we were so impressed that we got this performance with the 13-inch. That's why we're talking about it. And
yeah,
not so there's going to be bats drop even before this bat. But we just couldn't believe what we were able to accomplish out of this bat model that
yeah,
we seen. We seen it jump out there with the very best bats we've ever made, and it's a 13, and that just hadn't happened before. We had the most durable bat we ever put in the market, the Bob bat, and it would get there. It would get there to where this one is, but this one's out the wrapper. It'll compete with any bat we've ever made.
yeah.
And that's really hard to do with a 13-inch. And there's a lot of variables, and the weighting has a lot to do with it. You're
And
right. But
yeah,
the,
and the crisp sound on that barrel too.
yeah,
That
and the
crisp,
new composite,
the
and
new composite.
we we were just super excited to get this large a barrel to that high of performing. I mean, that's what we're getting at. And if you look at our DDT, the 12.5-inch DDT will have the same size as any 13-inch one piece on the market anywhere. I promise you, if you look at it, because it's solid at the bottom, it don't taper off as quick. So you can get that out of a 12.5-inch DDT too, guys. The size of this barrel, the sweet spot. We have that bat coming out. It is the one hot mama. It is a super large barrel. It is the same composite, and it will perform just like this one piece will. However, we've never seen a one-piece 13-inch do even come close to them DDTs, and it's all over it. It matches it at times, doesn't it, Dave?
I tell you what,
Yeah.
I told Sean and Alan today that it's the best 13-inch bat I've ever swung. That bit 13-inch, one piece I've ever swung. Now we have other bats. You got to go back and look at that video, man. That's a pretty good video. And it just so happened that I just got up there. My first two swings were like amazing. And I'm like, okay, I got to talk about this a little bit, you know. And I kind of
we,
camera.
we're not supposed to even be talking about this bad, and yet here we are. We're gonna get in trouble with Miss Leslie.
Yeah,
You
hey,
know,
we put on
probably yelled at by Christian. You know,
yeah,
Christian.
because we got a schedule. We got a schedule.
Yeah, we got a schedule. We
But
ain't
when you
supposed to
when,
be talking. You
but when you
know,
have
we're not
something,
supposed to
how
be
can you?
talking about this bad.
Yeah, but how can you not? Because the performance
How
on it
can you
is
not?
so good.
We were so excited, and you know what people hear, man, y'all, it's always this bat or this next bat. Well, we got a
Yeah,
lot of bats out now. It's been a while since we've been this excited about a bat, and it's not even the next two that's coming out. And the
yeah,
DDTs, they need no introduction. They speak for themselves. They're super hot, super, forgiving, all those things. We wanted to build a large barrel that performed on the same level, and we did it. That's what we were trying to do, and we got here, and it's exciting because the bat is super forgiving. It's easy to control, and it's badass right out the wrapper. And
yeah,
everybody who's hit it has fell in love with it.
yeah.
Everybody,
Everybody,
so,
everybody. Xena
yeah.
took it with her. Like Xena loved it so much, she came by and she took it with her. Like I don't have any bats in front of me. They all took them. The 25 DDT OG, the 26.5 is gone, man. They're all
Well,
gone. My guy came by and picked it up. They hit this morning. And here's the deal: I'm getting close to leaving, right? So I'm getting close to leaving. So they don't think we're going to hit again because of the weather. And I'm like, dude, guys, I'm gonna be back. I'm not gonna be back, but I still got 2 weeks of hitting. They're like, no, the weather's really bad. We're just gonna go ahead and take them right now. So what did I do? I called you on the phone, or you called me on the phone today. We talked about it. Hey, bud, I need some bats, man. Okay, I'll send them
yeah.
out to you tomorrow.
I got
You know,
it. I got you. Before
got
I
you
leave
covered.
tonight, I'm gonna pack them up and sit them out there in case something happens.
Yeah, that was
But
funny. They're like,
we,
yeah,
we, you know, but how fun has it been the last week though? I mean, through the chaos, and obviously we had some flu issues and one a family emergency, and it was wild. But through the chaos, it's been a lot of fun, right?
it has been a lot of fun, and that's it. We expected this at the beginning of the year because all that we knew what was coming
Yeah,
out. Then everything getting wrapped up. A lot of seniors out there are putting out the word on, the tournaments that are coming up. Are you going to be here? Are you going to be there? Where are you going to be this year? And I can't wait to start doing a lot of that stuff. Just talking to people, getting out and hitting. I'll be doing a lot of hitting this year too, down there in wherever the tournaments like demo days. I'll be out there and hit with those guys because in the past I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't get out there and hit, but I got my swing back. It's different now, and I'm impressed with it. And there are little things I want to talk about when I get down there. But yeah, I definitely hit a lot of those. Hit a lot of the, hit a lot of these. There's a lot of not really, what they call them, bat wars, and the magazine that has all their stuff going on. All the people, the Ken Vandergaard is what real good friend of mine, and want to get down there and do some videotaping with him because he already asked me to do it this year, and kind of hook up with that swing makeover and kind of get some video done with him because he does a lot of video. Maybe get Mike involved, where me and Mike go hit with Ken, and he's been around for years, man. He's got thousands of followers. He does that training for fast pitch and he does training for slow pitch too. So yeah, I get down there and kind of hang out with him a little bit. I've been trying to do it for years, but finally I'll be able to do it this year. Definitely.
I know you guys are going to have a lot going on. A lot of our people have a lot going on, and Brandon talked about it yesterday. I'm very hands on in everything with Shortport, and for the first time now, I'm like, okay, y'all have to do all these things. I don't even want to talk about it. Like I'm not even involved in things with Shortport now because the company has grown so much, but it's I'm thankful, but it's still hard. So all you guys and all the things y'all are putting together, y'all are doing an unbelievable job with Cage and Christian and Erica, Leslie and Alan and Todd and Miss Sarah. Lord knows Miss Sarah, we love her, and we just we have a lot going on with the people we do have. Brandon is just grinding the baseball out. He is literally getting beat up about those baseball bats that are set to arrive here tomorrow. So
Sweet.
we will be launching those. I believe it's next Thursday was the date, right? Next Thursday.
Yeah.
So we'll be going live with those, and we have Bat Wars Wednesday night, the BB Core baseball bat drop Thursday, and Brandon and I play in the TOC Friday. And I know the last year you were here on hand, so I hate that you're going to miss the TOC this year. So.
Well, is that the one that I missed? I'm going to be
You
there.
missed the one the next week, but there's
Okay.
2 back-to-back weeks.
All right, yeah,
Last year I played in the second week one. I'm playing in the first week one this year. So,
Oh, okay.
So the one that you missed is not next week is 3 weeks out. Yeah. So
That's when we had that bat demo. We had like a
you might actually get here around then, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't talked to you.
Yeah, I planned on Tammy will come in that weekend, and I'm going to try to drive up before that and make that demo day. But I'll be driving.
Yeah, we have that demo day. That'll be awesome. So you will be here again for the ISS.
Yeah, I'll be there.
That will be freaking amazing. We're gonna have a lot of our people in hand. Brandon's gonna be there. I hope I'm there. We have so much going on from operations that whether I can get over there or not could be according to how busy we are. You know, we have 2 senior and U-Trip bat drops coming up in the next couple of weeks with the autism and the One Hot Mamas. And with all that going on, we expect to be very busy here. And we're just we have huge shipments coming in to fill up our warehouse ahead of the season. So we have a lot going on, and it's going to be a huge help you guys being here on hand, because we're kind of shorthanded right here.
Yeah.
Right now we're down. Jordan, who was supposed to start Monday, my oldest son, we're down him right now for at least, a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks. And that was unexpected. So when he gets in here and y'all get here, we'll have a little more manpower, around here for people to be out in the field, I guess you should say.
Yeah, I can't wait. What do we have coming up? You talked One Hot Mama. We got that one coming, and then
the next bat release. They were so close together. I wasn't sure which one was going to launch first, the autism or the One Hot Mama. The One Hot Mama will release ahead of the autism balance bats. The One Hot Mama is DDTs. It's a 12.5 senior and a 12-inch U-Triple-SA. So it's the opposite of what we just launched. So we just launched a 12.5 U-Trip Scared, and the One Hot Mama is going to be a 12. We just launched your DDT in a 12, and the One Hot Mama is going to be a 12.5. So and the senior is going to be a 12.5 3/4 ounce. I was wrong. I think I said the other day it was a 1/2 ounce, but the senior only is going to be a 3/4 ounce. So all you 3/4 ounce guys that are looking for a little junk in the trunk with the bats, that's the one. It's the One Hot Mama Senior, 12.5-inch barrel, very large barrel, super responsive. So that'll be out. That's our next senior drop right there for everybody watching.
Well, since we're already in trouble, I'm going to kind of say this. You guys have to see that autism bat, because that is amazing. Is that Leslie?
Yeah.
Is that Leslie?
Yeah, Leslie designed that.
That is badass.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about that bat. That's going to be a DDT 12-inch.
12-inch balance, senior
unloaded.
And U-Trip. Unloaded, we call
unloaded.
it. Unloaded.
That's what it's called. It's unloaded.
Unloaded, because it'll have a mid-load. It'll have a mid-load, no end load, and it will swing with a balanced feel. It is, it's tremendous. Yeah, we call it unloaded.
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 It's got that DDT tech on a balance bat. Basically.
DDT tech on a balance bat. Man, first ever time.
Yeah, first ever.
With autism, obviously we'll be giving money to autism on the sales of those bats also, like we always do. Really cool paint jobs. As is the One Hot Mama. I mean, these are great designs. Not only great bats, but great paint jobs on these 4 bats that are coming out. So, and if you love the Scared series, guys, if you love Dave's Blackout, these DDTs right now coming out, they all have the same composite. You know, they all have the same tech in them. The one that was a little different from things in the past, and the reason we were excited about it, even with the new carbon that we're putting out, is, you know, this right here, because we had been working hard on the 13-inch barrel to get it
Yeah.
to that level. Yeah. So, and
For a
that's
while.
why that's why we're so amped up about it, because the DDTs have been there, they've been there. So they're phenomenal. They swing great. They increase your bat speed. The DDTs do. They're they hit oppo. The DDTs hit oppo probably better than any bat I've ever seen. And I would say it's not close. I think everybody who hits the DDTs says that, right?
Oh yeah.
If you're a
Yeah.
backside hitter, you grab a DDT, man. If you like to hit oppo, you can drive the ball opposite field better with a DDT. And guys who've played for years and years and are great players, they all said the same thing. Man, I couldn't believe the power I had to right center with that DDT.
Yeah.
That's what
We had a couple of balls. I hit one ball today to dead center against the wind that it would win a mile. And it's just that feel. You can't feel it when it hits the barrel. You can't feel it. The one thing I do like, and I talked about this the other day, Jeff, is we've got so much on the plate for the next 6 to 8 months. And then like and the last couple of days I've been surprised. Sorry about that. I had to get rid of somebody there. Yeah, there you go. So I the last couple of days when I get a text message and I try and look at it like, oh, guys, there is some good stuff coming out in the next 6 to 8 months.
Oh man,
You just gotta wait.
yeah.
You just gotta wait.
It's some great stuff. The short porch team's really popping right now.
Yeah.
I'm just thrilled with the work everybody's been doing and working together. Everybody's just working together better than ever. So I'm seeing it day and day. Everything we put together kind of click and bring it to the customers, the consumers, the great bats, the demos, the hitting clinics, the products, the marketing, everything we're doing is just really on point right now. And like I said, like I always say, exciting times for short porch. What I always say.
Oh,
I will say, I see you got your Dave has his Mach 3 shirt on, guys. Brianna, that owns Mach 3, had a baby boy yesterday. And, congratulations to Bree and Anthony Munoz, who is one of our signature hitters on the Aim High. Congratulations to them on the newborn, and we wish them health and everything that comes with, just having a great time enjoying the newborn baby edition. So
yeah, that's
congrats
always
to them
exciting.
guys.
Yeah.
So,
Glad she's doing okay. I heard she had, and she's
they're
but she's working out of the hospital, right? So somebody said
she
had her
she
she
does
had
her little she does a little Mach 3 business, and everybody loves her. And she's done some stuff for us in the past, and she's a really sweet girl, friends with Cage. And like I said, and Anthony obviously is a signature hitter for us, who his stat did very, very well. And we just congratulations to them. I know, how stressful and happy a time having a newborn can be. So,
now the work begins.
yeah,
Now
now
the
the
work
work
begins.
begins.
Now the work
Hey,
begins.
you got the rest of your life to raise them, because it doesn't end,
No,
So,
it does not. It does
yeah.
not. What
Yeah.
ball? Do we have balls in?
Man, we have pallets and pallets of balls rolling in here every day. It's the warehouse is filling up with balls, guys. And more is coming in, and more is on the way. We're doing ball production like I've never seen Short Porch do. And we are selling them, guys. U-Trip. If you're a U-Trip director, you want U-Trip balls. We get in pallets of them, and the next day they're gone. they're just gone. So our U-trip balls are going out really fast. So if you're a director, we have great U-trip-USA director pricing. Sometimes the pallets are hitting the floor and going out the door within minutes. Like they're getting re-stickered and back out the door. So
Yeah, the practice balls, we got some of those in.
the practice balls, I don't think we were down last time I looked to like our last case, so we might be sold out. We have 400 more dozen coming in, but as it's been cold, people been chewing them things up, and it's been real cold in parts of the country right now. Guys, well, any day we'll restock. Balls have been coming in every day here. Don't, grab some of these balls if you haven't already. We've been telling you, you can hit them in the cold. They will not hurt your bat. I guarantee you.
No, definitely not. The rep exclusive. Did you want to talk about that?
Oh yeah. So with the whole idea for the respite exclusive was one, we give better than rep pricing. So there's even a more of a price break for those guys. And it was just a way for us to show our appreciation as short porch to the reps out there. There was a limited 100 only made, and the reps could sell those, and when they come in a few weeks they'll ship out, and they're not going on a website. We're not selling them. Short Porch isn't selling them. It's just for those guys, a way to try to attract customers of an exclusive bat for them. Because I know, we have so many reps and inventory sometimes. If we only have like 600 or 700 of one bat, and we have 370 reps and so many retailers, you never know how a bat's going to do, but they may not be able to get certain models and these things. We understand that, but this is the reality of it. When bats go in production, we don't really know which ones are going to just take off and go same day, or which one might take a week or two. We don't know how things are going to go. Obviously, we we don't have a crystal ball on which bat's going to sell just like that, or it might take a few weeks, out of here. So
Well, we're running hot now, so yeah,
yeah.
the consumer will chew it up.
Yeah,
When it
consumers
comes
pulling
to
it
that.
up. So with that being said, it was a way. I think last time I looked up those 100, the rep said, obviously there's more reps out there than even could get the 100, but the reps who buy a lot of stuff and are daily, they bought up about 50 already. So I think there's only 50 left. I'll look for these things to be a real hot commodity, because if you've hit our balance bats and our balance SpinTech senior bat, this thing is phenomenal. It's a 12-inch balance called the Side Hustle. It is, again, it's just our way. There's only 100 ever to be made. There won't be no more reran or anything. So if you can get with a rep and grab one of these bats and get one tomorrow, you probably won't be able to get it come next week, or, maybe even by Friday. So it was just a little something where we tried to drop in there, and it helps us identify the reps who actually pay attention and do stuff. Because as we added all the hundreds of reps, the ones who aren't active, because we have hundreds more wanting to come in to our portal, the ones who aren't active, who hadn't been doing anything with Short Porch, we're going to move them out and move new reps in that want to be active.
I
So,
100%,
yeah,
brother. Well, I agree 100%. That's
yeah,
how come at the beginning I was talking about like vetting. We're vetting right now because we had this
yeah,
onslaught of reps, and
yeah.
yeah, so we're just getting the good ones in, and then if you're not active, then you're going back out. So yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, because we
A
got
lot
so
of
many
people,
trying to get on.
but a lot of people, yes, exactly. But a lot of people just get on here to buy, bats for them and their friends,
Yeah,
and
that's
we
right.
want everybody to, to get out there and push the product and sell it. You got to put out video. You don't have to, guys. You got to sell bats basically, but the more video, the better. The average
Mhm.
people, like we talked about this the other day, the average Joe out there hitting our bat, showcasing them, and that's basically what we're looking for. Social media is a big thing. We talked about this 2 years ago about social media
Absolutely.
being
Yeah.
the driving is driving Short Porch right now.
It is the driving force behind how most companies are built to stay, not just Short Porch. We were a little ahead of the curve on some of these things for sporting goods, and we like to set the tone in the market for what consumers expect from videos and information and these kind of things. I like to think we put out more information than you know any other bat company. We really do. We put out overloads of information. So you should be able to find it if you're looking for, the answer to a question. You should be able to find it on here. There's some questions like pricing or rep pricing or things like that. Some things, guys, you'll have to call the office. Some things are, if maybe even specifics about bats. There's some things that are kind of confidential. So
Yeah.
about what types of, you know, um, what types of things are in the bats, and some things we just can't talk about. There are some questions that get asked. So, well, what we do is we do the broader version as the bats are Kevlar based, and that's what we have going out. But we're not gonna give other companies the answers to the tests, I guess you should
Hey
say.
guys, here's
Yeah.
the deal. They do ask.
Yeah,
There are
they
people
do
out there
ask.
that ask. Like I had a guy
Yeah.
last week asking me about weight. What is the prime? What is the best weight distribution numbers on any bat out there? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to tell you that. Like, there's no, and he's getting mad because I won't tell him the answer, right? Like, no, dude, I've been doing this for 15 years. I work for a company right now. You think I'm going to give up any information on that? I'm not going to tell
Yeah.
you.
We've
And then
had
the
some
next guy,
we've had some really specific questions for no real reason that we're like, no, we can't tell you that.
yeah,
I won't get into all that, but um, again, man, the main thing is for the consumer is the quality of the bat and the performance. That's all that matters. They don't care about the other things. They want to know, does it perform? And will it help them in the box? They want to know when they get in the box, will it help them as a hitter? And,
yeah,
stuff like this DDT will help you as a hitter when you have loads on both sides of the barrel that creates more trampoline. It will help you as a hitter. And this is the kind of things we're developing. And based on similar tech, we have something coming out next summer that is going to blow people's mind. So
here's the deal, man. You tell me not to say anything. Keep it.
I'm just talking. I'm just
Okay.
talking.
Okay. All right. All
Didn't
right.
mean to.
Come
Yeah.
in the summer. And here's the deal. You lied because I guarantee you that ain't coming out in the summer.
So you keep saying, Dave. So you keep
I
saying,
told you this the other day. We've swung that back.
Dave.
We've
Dave
swung
thinks I'm
that
going to
back.
push up the summer release of a
Hey,
bat
hang on,
model,
guys.
which
Let me
tech is
explain
so
something to you.
good. He thinks I'm going to push it up. He's going to push it up.
It
And
was Vegas. Now,
speaking
hold on. It went from Vegas to summer, right? And I'm
of
laughing because
summer,
it ain't going to go summer. It's going to be a
well,
little
I got a
more.
signature bat coming out in the spring, guys. And it's by this guy nobody's ever heard of. It's called the Big Cat Mike Masinko bat. That one's coming out, I promise you, in the spring. so,
There you
so
go.
look for
There
that.
you
I know we got some working details on building that bat. We talked. Me and Dave talked on it for about an hour this week. I talked with Mike a little bit, and there was some other reasons why we kind of had to shift where we were going with the Big Cat bat. We're going to get back, or Dave will get with Mike, but we think it's going to be a phenomenal bat. We can't wait for it to come out. And of course, Mike Masinko, the man himself, is going to be on that bat, and we can't wait. I
Hey
just
guys,
can't wait for that.
this is a big, and I want to clear something up here. This is a bat that Mike had his say about, something that
Yeah.
he's put specs in about, something that I'm not even going to talk about what in the past, but it's something that he's got his hands in on. That he's given,
Mhm.
he wants his bat built a certain way, and it's not going to be, it's going to be a little bit for those, he likes a 3/4 ounce, 1 ounce end load back in the day, so it's going to be leaning. Barrel's going to be a little different too. I mean, but it's going to be a short porch Mike Masinko Big Cat bat for his specs that he likes, and y'all guys are going to freaking
Absolutely.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
going to love it. It's going to
We we're
fly.
we'll release more about that bat as we got closer. We got a lot of bats before then. But we are excited about that, obviously, with the addition of Mike and where, the program's going, and this how well the signature hitter program is being shaped this year, and where Brandon is having a lot of influence and already is making strides to take that program. So thanks to all those guys. And again, Anthony Munoz with the USSSA side, his bat always sold. I think we're down to 27s now. There was multiple runs of the Aim High bat with his name on it, and the bat did very well, the whole time. So, and I seen Anthony out, putting video out, just like we always talk about, putting
Oh
video
yeah.
out and reaching people and just and that bat was a real good bat, and it'll come back. Anthony will have another signature bat come out, not sure when, but it did really well, and we were proud to have him as one of our first USSSA signatures. As of course Adam Fowler, you talk about the fat guy BP, but man,
Yeah.
we know Adam and his bat's badass, and everybody knows we do signature fat guy BP bats, and it's always goes well, and we can look some more of that in the future too.
Yeah.
But Brandon's going to have a lot more say so in that, obviously, and making sure, because his ass is on the line to make sure that thing goes right this year. So he's going to do it. But nah. And Brandon's ass would never be on the line because he beat my ass. But nah, we're so tight. I tell you, I talk to Brandon so much. He's so excited right now about the baseball. We talk like 4 times a day, and he is jacked about the BB Core baseball bat. And I can't wait for us to be promoting them over the next few weeks. And even the BB Core bats that are going to launch, not just this month, but next month, we have a great plan for them. And it's going to be fun for all of us and Brandon, of course. What fan of sports say, hey, who all is going to be in Tampa, and Dave and Tammy are going to make it there? Sarah wants to know if you and Tammy they are planning to
No.
be at the demo, or Dave is, not Tammy, correct?
Yeah. Tammy comes in on Saturday. I'll be there on Thursday. So
Yeah.
the demo is when? Thursday or Friday?
I thought it was Wednesday or Thursday, but we'll look at it. It was whatever the 21st date is, maybe. Yeah, I put the flyer out, but I can't remember. We'll
Yeah, I
talk
think-
offline about it though. Yeah.
Yeah, depending on whether we'll talk about it. But I want to be there for that though. That's really
Yeah. Yeah.
Really,
Well, you can come straight into there, right? Is that what you're planning on? Coming straight there, or come here first? No.
my van's gonna be full.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
it'll be all right. It can be full. I'll have all the ball gear.
No, yeah. No, it won't.
Yeah.
No.
What about all the balls you have? Are you leaving them behind, or because
I'm
I have plenty of balls here?
I'm gonna leave some of them behind. I don't know about all of them. I do have a couple of people that want some of them. And a lot of the 75, 80-year-old guys that do hit here on, I think it's Wednesdays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays too at another field. They asked me if I'd bring them like 50, and I know I got like 50 in there. And
I was about to say, if you had some people you want to leave balls behind to for whatever reason, by all means, yeah, leave them behind. We got plenty here, and I know you got damn truckloaded balls, and we don't hit that many balls here, guys. Dave's gonna have to learn to work with a shorter hitting time.
I ain't doing that, brother. Hey, I'm bringing my cart too. I'm bringing that big old cart. I'm bringing.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, we're gonna throw a duffel bags in the back of that cart. We're just gonna hit one round.
Here's the question: can you make my batting average go up 50 points this year, Dave? Can you do it?
I think I can. I think
all
I
right,
can.
guys.
I
don't get the BP that much. Dave's gonna make me hit more than I probably ever hit. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see if it helps my batting average on the field, my consistency.
Hold on. You understand what you're getting into, right? Because you know how I am about the eating part and the drinking enough water and getting creatine in you and
BBC man,
when you get an injury. I'm all over you on that. I've been on like that in the past.
This ain't no Rocky Balboa camp, man. We're just gonna go take a little BP. We got work to do.
Hey, when you go to that concession stand, grab that freaking hot dog, I'm gonna be on your ear, man. Just sitting grab all that bread and that pasta. I'll be right there.
Well, I'll tell you,
right there, man.
We got this little place me and Sean Thompson go called Polo Loco. It's by the park in Tampa. We like it's like grilled chicken. They do, vegetables, real healthy, and it's real close to Greco Park, and we play a lot of Greco, and we run over there. We love that place. So we do try to eat healthy, and we eat a lot of bowls and protein bowls and things like that. But the problem with being real busy is you catch yourself eating fast food too much, and
Oh,
that's
definitely. And,
that's
and it's
part.
hard to stay away from it because in between games, you're just going to go up and grab McDonald's.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, it's time.
I usually carry
Yeah,
it
it's
with me. I
time.
usually prepare it the day before, and I'll bring in some carbs, some
Yeah,
complex carbs, and I'll eat it like that. Where our what do I have? Sausage rings, access meat, venison.
yeah.
I carry that with me all the time, and I'll munch on that just to get me by. So yeah, it's
We
just something.
we kept packing the coolers with stuff to eat and kind of healthy, and packing the coolers, and then we got rained out like 4 weeks in a row last summer. And then I wouldn't unpack the coolers; I'd leave it in there. All the stuff just kind of, by the next week, I'd have to throw it all in the dumpster. It happened like 4 times, and then Leslie was like, "Nah, we're not packing the cooler full of food no more because it keeps raining out. You just throw all the stuff away." I'm like, well, you
Well,
get mad about the rain out, you just come back, you don't think about the coolers.
the one thing that y'all
Mhm.
do that a lot of people do out there too is right when you get into a tournament, you go to the nearest Walmart or you go to the nearest grocery store and you'll pack up,
Yeah, we
wherever
packed a
you can.
cooler. Yeah, we
Yeah,
packed
you,
a
you
cooler.
you'll
Yeah.
pack up wherever you're staying just for food to eat when like
Yeah.
one thing I like about like, even with Vegas, we didn't go out to eat a lot. In Vegas, we cooked a lot of food. Leslie will cook spaghetti or she'll
No,
have her
the
poppers.
times we went out to eat a lot is mostly because we just didn't have time. But when we had time, we ate at the house. So
Yeah, most of
yeah,
our
we
meals were cooked at the
yeah.
house.
If we're at the coaches meeting, we eat at the hotel every time. But
Yeah.
man, we don't get done with the coaches meeting. It's 8 o'clock. We don't, we have to eat right there in the food court.
Yeah.
And we eat out that same little place. What is it? Was it Chinese, or I forget? We eat it every
We
time
ate
on.
Chinese there. We ate Mexican food there too. So
Yeah, the Chinese and the
yeah,
Mexican. We ate the Mexican restaurant, the little Chinese in the food court. The
yeah.
Chinese in the food court is surprisingly good. I've been eating it for like 3 years now. It's really good.
Them nachos at that Mexican food place was really good.
Yeah,
And
really good, really good. They
but Chinese
closed a
food
little
better.
early. Remember,
Yeah, they
the
did. But
Mexican restaurant closed early in the casino.
and I don't
That
think we
was
went back.
strange to
I
me.
don't think we went back there. We started eating Chinese the rest of the time because they stay open late.
Yeah, yeah. They were like, we got there, it's like 9, 10 o'clock, and they're closing in a casino, which seemed really strange to me.
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, I think places started closing earlier. They did here. Nothing stays open late anymore after COVID. Before COVID, I could go anywhere at 10 o'clock at night and eat, but now, everywhere closes by 10 o'clock. So I think the COVID years changed a lot of places staying
Changed
open
a
late.
lot. They changed a
Yeah,
lot.
changed. Yeah, so that was something I just noticed here that happened in Georgia. So you better not be trying to eat late. And with our crazy work schedule, we get caught going to places, and we'll look around and nobody will be in there. And I'm like, I think they're waiting on us to leave to like close the restaurant.
Hey, remember we did that last year? The Chinese food place. We went in there. They had that buffet,
Yeah,
and then they were
yeah,
waiting for us. Like, you got to go. We're cleaning up.
yeah,
They were vacuuming
yeah,
around.
man.
So,
I'm I'm
yeah.
telling you, pre-COVID, I could go out to eat 10, 11 o'clock at night in this town. I really could, but not anymore. Yeah, place is shut down at 10. And if you're in there at 9:30, they may be looking at you, waiting for you to finish to get out of there. So I'm like, that's still early to me. But that's my work schedule. I work a lot of evenings and
Yeah.
nights and stuff. So I don't like Huddle House or Waffle House like a lot of people do. It's just not my thing. So I have to suffer through it. But
Sweet.
yeah, a lot of cool stuff coming up, and obviously this is your office. It's almost finished.
Sweet.
That we're in. This is where I've always did the podcast. Sean's walled it up in here, and he's doing a badass job getting it ready. He's going to be here tomorrow working on it, and Sean and I are going to leave to go to Panama City Friday morning and head that way to play some ball on the first tournament of the year. So it's going
Sweet.
to be good. It's going to be a good
Yeah.
time, man.
Can't wait. We're getting close, man. You notice that?
Oh, getting close
I,
to you getting here. I
hey,
mean, I
my,
I hope y'all. I hope y'all are
my,
excited and not nervous about moving to Georgia.
you know when I knew we were getting close? We had breakfast this morning. I think we had 8. Everybody came from out of town. And they're
Yeah,
like, well, I guess, we'll see you, And I'm like, no, dude, I'm not leaving for a couple. They started crying. Zena started crying. You know,
No,
yeah,
man.
Dina started crying. I patted her on the back. Said, "It'll be okay, Z. It'll be all right." That's what she's gonna kill me next time I see her, because that's not true. But they were just like, I said, it's not coming to an end, guys. That y'all guys will still be hitting. You know, I'll send bats to you and leave the balls here, and all you got to do is Facebook Live every time you
Well,
hit.
you know, I tell everybody all the time, I said I didn't have to, I'm thankful that I didn't have to ask Dave to come here, but we felt it last week that we needed you here real bad. And of course you
Oh
weren't
no,
here yet. You know, everything unfolded. We had our record week and we had some other stuff going on and it was chaos. And I'm like, man, I'm so thankful that I didn't have to call you this time of year and be like, Dave, man, I need you to change your life and move to Georgia. And I need it to happen quick. So thank you for recognizing that you could be a big help here and getting everything worked out ahead of time, because I won't have to worry about that in the future, because we were in disarray. We got down to like 1.5 employee last week at one day here,
yeah.
and had to call in all the troops. We were really in disarray, and we all pulled together. Everybody come back in town and we got it all done and everything out. But it was just unfortunate situation that caused that. But we only have so many employees in house. A lot of people's outside, and just at that time, everybody had to come back in and get everything shipped out because of the scared after dark. Because of your signature bat, we were having just record shipping days, and that took a lot for our warehouse and our shipping facility.
Well, I think what made that decision was the growth. There's no way I could have stayed here and miss out on that growth that's happening with short porch on that East Coast. But that's basically, and plus I'm in San Antonio. I mean, I can't be hands on with a lot of stuff that I actually preach about unless I move there.
Yeah,
So, and I know
yeah.
where
You
my
need
kids
you
are
need
grown. So
Yeah, you need to be on hand here and seeing people and at the Florida tournaments. And hell, I hate that we have the Sun City thing here Friday. I don't even know. I
I
hope
did want to
Christian
make
can
that.
make it over there. Yeah, we had the Sun City thing here Friday, and then of course next week and the following week. Just one thing after another right now. It is so wild that somehow, man, January just creeps up on you when it comes
Yeah,
senior softball.
yeah.
That January, I would argue that January is probably the third largest month in senior softball in this area, at least in this area, Florida, at least in Florida and
Yeah,
Georgia,
yeah.
so which is wild. It shouldn't be, but it is. It really is.
Well,
So,
doesn't the weather start getting nicer there in January, February, right?
well, Florida is one of the only places in the country where you can come play, just like a lot of the southern US where you can play this time of year. But all the snowbirds are in Florida, obviously, Darren. So there's more senior ballers available in January than there are the rest of the year because of that. But yeah, right now it's January is crazy in Florida. You could catch it where it would be 58 to 60 is all, but you're more likely to catch it 65 to 75, which is really nice playing weather.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. I can't wait to get there, bud. I can't wait.
Yeah, I
Gonna be a
think
good
in
year.
Panama City this weekend it's supposed to be 62, 63-ish because of a cold front coming through. A few days ago it was 75. So
Now, I got a question for you because I do plan on playing there somewhere.
yeah.
Can you, like, if I'm in Savannah, can I get picked up from a Florida team? I
What?
don't. Brandon said
Yeah.
something
I
about
mean,
Twig.
my team is based out of Florida and I'm in Georgia. So
Okay,
Brandon,
so you could.
yeah, um Challenge Cup, you obviously play in Georgia, but other than that, yeah, you can play on the Florida team. SSUSA, yeah, I mean, I think it's bordering states is what it is. So we're bordering to Florida.
Okay.
So yeah, so you can
So, yeah.
play, Georgia, you got North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Florida. So it's bordering states, I'm pretty sure, on all those things.
So, yeah, I'm
So
either gonna play 60s or 65s. I really want to play both those because I want to get back into that. This
yeah,
my
so
this is my year that I
you
was
would
out of it.
you yeah, you would play with a Florida team because that's where the teams are. so just like we do. And no, the advantage in Florida guys have, they play leagues, obviously. They can play every weekend. And then we just have to take BP and pop down there once, twice a month and play with those guys who play 4 nights a week sometimes and every weekend. So while their bodies might be taking a little hit, they're real polished, especially on them early games in the tournament, because they may have played Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday senior leagues, and then rolled into, the weekend. Some of them just play so much ball. I think it helps with their pitch discipline, especially
Yeah.
early in the tournaments, from what I see, versus, us like Sean or myself. I mean, Brandon's obviously he's a different type of guy, but when Sean and I go down there, I noticed that these guys may be a little polished on their pitch discipline and what they're swinging at versus us, especially in the early games, because they get to play a lot more than we do. So, and I think that's probably for any state that's not Florida, where they have all these leagues and just hitting all the time and playing all the time, and you can go play anytime you want, And I had been jumping in here and playing a little bit with Cage to kind of prepare. But USSSA kid ball isn't like senior ball. The pitching's way different. You don't have the mat there, and the plate's not a strike. And you just, I think if you're hitting good, you have a good eye. You have good pitch selection, in my opinion.
Oh
So,
yeah. Well,
and
the
when you're
speed is
playing
different.
more, yeah, when I'm playing more, I have that good eye. And if I hadn't played in a while, I misread the ball. Should I had a
Yeah.
ball hit on the black one time and struck out that I could have swore was going to be way inside, things like that.
Yeah.
So that real good eagle eye is only there when you're playing a lot. And if you only play once a month, you might misread that pitch. And swinging at bad pitches gets a lot of people out unless you're some of
Oh
the
yeah.
bigger guys can hit bad balls. They hit bad balls.
Oh yeah. I agree. I agree.
Yeah,
It's
but
all about practice too. I mean, like
yeah,
I hit a lot, so I can walk into a tournament and actually get dialed in a tournament. But
yeah,
yeah, you got to get out there. And I know those guys are hitting in league. Hitting in league. I like we talked about that today. I didn't do a lot of league ball in the last 10 years. So, but I did before that. It just got too far to drive. They're playing one. If you play two games, that's fine. I'll go do it. But we're playing one
well,
game, and it's too far of a
what
drive
it
for me.
what it does is it for the guys who aren't really disciplined and don't go out there and take BP like you do or whatever, it just makes them go out there. And like I said, what I notice isn't really the hitting. It's not the hitting part. It's not the playing
Yeah.
part. Obviously defensive reps helps if you're an infielder or outfielder if you haven't played, but it's the pitch selection.
Yeah.
I think getting your eye dialed in, and y'all hit so much, you're probably dialed in from not swinging at bad pitches. But
Well, it's the
yeah,
fielding
those
too.
guys,
The fielding,
you
same
know,
thing. You got to get
yeah,
out and take some ground balls. That's how come
yeah,
a lot
yeah,
of teams,
absolutely.
at the beginning of the year, kind of like a little off a little bit, and then once they get into that
Mhm.
run, that peak, you don't want to peak too early. You want to peak right before Worlds, so that's when you want to peak. But a lot of them taking infield. I have guys. I show up, depending on what there's our guys that get up there 30, 45 minutes before we actually start hitting. They'll take ground balls before I even
Yeah,
get there. Then
yeah.
I get there and we hit. I'll probably start doing that whenever I get to Savannah a little bit, having everybody there, because get Cage
Yeah,
out
I
there.
know. I can't remember the last time, I've been out there and fielded a ground ball or caught a fly ball. And obviously, if I play with the kids, I'm just a hitter, so I don't play defense. So when I have to get out there at senior ball, all of a sudden they hit a rocket at me and I got to field it. I'm like, man, it's been a while. It hadn't been season. It's been off season, but you got to start somewhere. You got to
Yeah,
start
I agree.
somewhere in the season, and it'll be fun though. And everybody starts now, January. It's not, it's just the beginning of a long grind season for senior softball. And I'll tell you, learning how to uh, play as a senior is a whole different than playing when you were younger. So
It
what I
is.
found out.
It
Yeah.
is. A lot of people talk about it's easier. It's really not. It's especially
No.
when you get to 65, when they have five. They have what, five on the infield and five on the outfield. So you
Yeah.
don't have holes anymore. You can't hit gaps. You can't hit gaps. So when you get that 65, 70 mark, You know, so you gotta watch what you're doing. Your batting average kind of suffers a little bit when you're moving. When they're not playing, you know, you got if they play a 5-man infield, you got gaps going in the outfield. They can't do that in 65s.
Yeah,
They have
yeah,
have 4 on the outfield and 4-man infield, 5-man infield. So yeah,
yeah.
that's where it's tough.
That kind of format really helps line drive hitters, I assume, just
Oh,
putting it
yeah.
over the infield. But yeah, I remember we used to play in North Carolina and they'd get that extra fielder because we would be the only major plus team there. It happened all the time. I look up there, I always tell the story. That one extra fielder makes it look like they got 3 more people out there.
Oh yeah.
And I'll tell you, the biggest thing I think it forced us to do, and I had a problem, was you would hit more home runs for accidents and outs and things because you're trying to force balls and hit them and over swinging, and
Well,
you
you cut
just
them. When
yeah,
you try to fall
yeah,
down,
you
you cut them. You
you
come down and cut them, and they'll just go.
you're just trying too hard because of that one extra fielder. I seen more accidental home runs be hit with the extra fielder. I know I did it for whatever reason. You're just pressing a little too hard. So when it come to base hit and a few more balls fly out the park with that one extra person out there, you don't feel like you feel like it's just harder to get a base hit. So
Yeah.
that comes into play. And this was 40 balls, so of course, accidental home runs was an issue. So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
Well, I can't wait. Can't wait to get there.
Yeah, man. We're excited as always. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it, everything. And so, you'll see a lot of baseball stuff, guys, over the next week or so. So if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to, but we're going to be promoting our new baseball line. We are called Short Porch Baseball Company for a reason. We do come from a baseball background, as most every softball player ever did. So we are super excited about getting into the college and high school youth baseball. And over the next week, there's going to be a lot of baseball stuff on our pages. So, if you know somebody out there, and if you have a grandson that's playing high school ball, tell him about Short Porch because he might not have ever heard of us. So,
And you're gonna let everybody know about that when they get there, right? You're gonna wait till
yeah.
they get there. You're gonna put out a flyer or something and then you're gonna launch
Yeah,
it.
we expect to launch it on the 22nd, next Thursday. They're going to be here tomorrow, so that should hold steady. I'll put out the time and a flyer on what time next Thursday that we'll launch them. And we've gotten a lot of hype around them baseball bats. We expect them to go really quick.
Yeah.
And you can see Headbangers and Smash It doing the same kind of thing. They're super excited about getting our baseball bats also. They know what our capabilities are from building bats, and they've seen our demos and things like this. So it's going to be they're going to hit the ground running. Let's keep it that,
Yeah.
say that. So I don't expect them to be around long. I can't say they'll sell out in 4 minutes like the Scared After Darks did, but it's possible. It is definitely possible. So
Wait.
we'll
Anyway,
we'll see. Yeah. Thank you,
wait.
man. I appreciate
All
it.
right,
You
buddy.
have a good night. I'll talk to you soon, Dave.
Thanks for coming on. There we go. Guys, thanks for tuning in. A lot of good shit coming. I'll be in Savannah in 2 weeks. I'm going to be there. Today's Wednesday. I'll be driving up. I should be driving up in 2 weeks with the van full of stuff. And Tammy will be in on that weekend. And then we got to unpack. And we'll probably start on Monday that next week in Savannah. And then hit the ground running, guys. A ton of video. Thanks.